Yeah,
Welcome to another episode of the Arkansas Football Recruiting Report with Otis Kirk. I'm Omo Claire. Otis, we got a good list today. We've been talking about
yeah.
2024 a lot, but today we got a couple 2023 kids on the list. We're going to start with Jamian Singletary, defensive back, Georgia transfer. What are we hearing on that end?
Okay, he transferring. Singletary's transferring from Georgia to Arkansas. He was here last weekend, left and committed to Arkansas. Well, not just committed, he signed SEC papers with Arkansas. So Singletary will be here in late May, early June. The
Awesome.
kids now out of the transfer portal. It's too late, obviously, to come in at midterm. So they'll be here in in June. If not early June, then late May. But regardless, they'll be here for the summer. Singletary was a 5-star out of Jacksonville Riverside High School in Florida, coming out of high school. He played 2 games as a true freshman at Georgia this year, but he opted to leave. He's 6'2", 170. He could play anywhere in the secondary for Arkansas. He could play corner, he could play safety, but he was a 5-star recruit and one of the best players in Georgia's class of 2022, I guess. 2022. It's hard to keep up with all these classes, but yeah, he was a freshman at Georgia this year, and he was one of the prizes of their last recruiting class. Played 2 games, and he decided to hit the transfer portal. And Marcus Woodson and those guys had ties to him from before when they recruited him out of high school there in Florida. And so he's another prize defensive player that they've got on campus and landed. So, and he will obviously he'll be on the team this fall when they start the season, against Western Carolina and BYU and schools like that, and then enter SEC play, obviously. But he will be on the team this fall.
That's awesome to hear.
He's
Let's
the
stick with the
11th
defense. We got
player
a
out
couple
transfer
tackles we got to
portal.
talk about. Let's start with Deion Stutz, 2024 Hawks commit.
Yeah, committed to Arkansas yesterday. Deion's a great kid. Lives in down in Mississippi, but he goes to Memphis University High School in Tennessee. Just a great kid. Lives in Batesville down there, but he just told me, he came up here in January and he fell in love with the place. Knew he wanted to come here, but he wanted his family to see it, his brothers, make sure everybody liked it. And they come up here and they didn't just like it; they loved it. And he called me on the way home yesterday, and he said that he went to practice Friday, watched it, had a great time there, and just enjoyed the heck out of practice. Got to sit in on the meetings, which really blew him away. He got to sit in. He said they explained to him the plays like if he was a player on the team. But anyway, he's 6'3", 265, plays the end over there at University High School. But he said Deke really wants him at defensive tackle, knowing that if they need him to move back out on the edge, he can. But they're going to try him inside first and see how, they'll get bigger, and he will.
Mm-hmm.
He's just 11th grader right now. But he'll get bigger, and he had a good junior year. Had offers to schools like Louisville and South Carolina, Texas A&M, and schools like that. So, obviously has some good offers, but he chose Arkansas. And as far as other visits, he said, no, I'm finished. This is it. And like I say, he's a really good kid. And, they've got 2 commitments, and it's time to kind of congratulate Deke Adams a little bit. He's a guy maybe we don't mention probably as much on here as we should. But they have 2 commitments in 2024, and one of them is Kavion Henderson, defensive end out of Alabama, and then Deion Stutz out of Tennessee. So they're both defensive linemen, and that's the benefit of having a coach on the defensive line for more than one season. This will be the first time that Sam has returned his defensive line coach since he's been the head coach at Arkansas. The guys have left for whatever reasons and various reasons. And some took other jobs, some were fired, whatever. But they did 1 year and that was it. But Sam has been able to keep Deke, and barring some unforeseen event, he will be the coach at Arkansas next fall on the defensive line. And I tell you, this defensive staff knocked it out of the park. They're really doing a good job recruiting. I mean, they're getting commitments, but they're also getting a lot of kids on campus that probably might not have visited if it wasn't for the staff. Now, getting them on campus is great, but you've got to get some of them, and we'll see if they do that. But I think they will. But the key is if you don't get them on campus, you don't get everybody you get on campus. But if you don't get them on campus, you're not getting them. You're guaranteed that. So getting them on campus gives you a chance, and that's what Arkansas is getting with a lot of these kids. And I mean, they get 4 and 5 star kids, high 3 stars. Studs is a high 3 star. And they're just good players and kids that fit the system. And once again, good people, good kids. I mean, Studs is very nice, polite kid. Called me. We talked. I told him 2 minutes. We ended up about 4 or 5 minutes. So let's stretch that out, that 2 minutes. But just a good talker and everything. And he's going to come on the show with me here in a week or two.
Oh, that's awesome.
I talked to him. Yeah, he said he would. He got excited about that. I told him we have a lot to talk about today since there was a prospect day yesterday, but with spring break coming up here for a week, but there'll be a couple of weeks there with no prospect days. We will definitely have him. I told him I'd get him on the air here, if he's available. So we'll see when that develops, but that's something to keep in mind.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. I can't wait to talk to the guy. All right, let's move over to Anthony Quote Tank Booker, hog target for 2023.
Yeah, he's here on an official visit. Came in this weekend, 6'4", 320, defensive tackle from Maryland. Another kid out of the transfer portal. They got a Trajan Jeffcoat and John Morgan III, but they want an interior player, and Booker certainly fits that. He was, he had a good year at Maryland. He up there, and they recruited an offensive lineman there that went to LSU. But they're on Booker, and honestly, they have a big need there, and so we'll see how this plays out. But he's here he came in for an official visit, and that's basically all you can ask for. And I think I think Arkansas has a pretty good shot at him. He just went in the portal here recently, so we'll see if that plays out. And it's how it plays out, and but anyway. Definitely could use another interior defensive lineman. You've got Cam Ball, Eric Gregory. You've got some good kids there, but you need numbers. And that's what they're looking at on a lot of these positions. Not necessarily, say, well, you come here, you're automatically going to start. That's not the case, but they need numbers there, and they need them bad. And he's an important recruit, Tank is.
Yeah, sounds like a good player there. Another target here for 2024, D'Angelo Barber, linebacker.
Yeah, out of Alabama. I'll tell you what, this kid is he's out of Clay Chalkville High School in Pinson, Alabama. And he's a 4-star, 6'1", 225, got offers all over the country. He was here blown away by Travis Williams. I mean, he thinks T. Will may be the best linebacker coach and defense coordinator in the country. And then for a kid that's got all the offers that Barber has, it's good for him to think that about your defensive coordinator, because that's the important piece, because that's who Williams would be his positions coach if he came to Arkansas, and is his lead recruiter. So it's important for him to feel that. And he said that Williams taught him what it's like to have a connection with a coach, have a relationship with a coach. And that's why I keep hearing these guys know how to recruit. They know how to build relationships. It's not just they don't just come at these guys without a plan. They've got a plan in place. They've got a system they use, and it works. And that's why I said it's great to get these kids like Barber on campus and Booker and all these kids, but you got to get them. But at the end of the day, I think Arkansas will get more than its share of them. I really do. I've been really impressed with them, because all I know is you get kids at Arkansas, one thing they're going to tell me, it's a lot better than I thought it would be. I hear that from every recruit, and they can look on the internet. That's changed a little bit through the years with the internet. Used to before the internet,
What do you think they're expecting?
Well, I think they just look at. I think they think of Arkansas, and they just don't think of the facilities. Just how nice it is here. I think they feel like it's probably more country. Mm-hmm. And when you land at the airport and you're coming in and seeing llamas and stuff, you probably think it is country. But I just think it's a little bit. I don't know. I just think they think it's more country. I've heard that a lot.
I didn't want to back you into a corner on that one. I think I can absolutely, myself, coming into Arkansas, I was a kid who packed up the car after doing absolutely zero research on the state, and I drove in and I was like, oh, wow, this is a nice surprise. So I absolutely get it.
Yeah, I don't think they think the stadium's propped up with boards or anything, but I do think they feel like it's country. Yeah, I just think it's a lot
Yeah.
nicer than they think,
Oh,
and that's good.
absolutely. It's
But
a very
every
nice
kid
little
tells
bubble
me
that we
that.
live in here.
Now, a lot of these kids have been here before, like Stutz. I said he was here last month. So they've been here before. They know what to expect that wise. But their first time here, all the kids have the same reaction that it's
Oh, yeah.
nicer. Like I said, with the internet, now they can they can explore a little bit, see kind of what to expect. But it's different. It's just different. You can meet people on the internet, and then when you meet them, it's a different thing. It's the same way with seeing facilities and stuff. And also, you get to see Woodson and Williams and Pittman and Kennedy and Jimmy
Mhm.
Smith and Guyton's personality. All those guys. Deke.
Oh,
I know I'm
absolutely.
leaving. Morgan Turner. Dan Enos. You get to see their personalities when you're here. And Darren Wilson that you don't see on the internet.
Yeah.
You can't. Human interaction is great, and this staff all does. I think I named them all, but if I didn't, they all do a good job, and that's the key with getting here and letting kids spend time with these guys, because people don't understand, or some people don't understand, these coaches can't go out and see these kids and talk to them in person, till after the season this year.
Mhm.
They can go out in the spring and see go to the school, but legally they can't talk to them. So this is their chance to build a relationship with these kids. That's why I say it's so important to get them on campus.
Yeah.
It doesn't guarantee you'll get them, but it gives you a chance, and it guarantees you won't get them if you don't get them on campus. You just won't do it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think I agree with that one there. All right, we haven't talked any offense today, and I don't want to miss these two last ones. Looks like the youngest kids on our list. We got Cody
Taylor, they're real young,
and Bear McWhorter.
Yeah, Bear McWhorter from Cartersville Cass High School in Georgia, 6'4", 285-pound offensive tackle. Cody Taylor, 6'4", 280-pound offensive
It's not
guard.
every day you see class of 2026.
Yeah, they're ninth graders. These are big kids.
Wow.
I'm glad I don't have to feed them. I know I use that line a lot on here, but I'm serious. I know both these kids. They're big kids. The reason I'm lumping them together, they came to camp up here last year, and they became friends. They were here yesterday for the prospect day.
Mhm.
These two kids are friends. Bear has an offer to Arkansas. Cody doesn't yet, but he will get one. But Cody's got 6 offers, and Bear's got quite a few offers as well. Got Penn State, Florida State, and schools like that. So both these kids have, and Cody's got Kentucky, Ole Miss, and schools like that. So they both got good offers. And as I said, Bears got one to I think Arkansas will eventually offer Cody Taylor. He started that Greenwood team down there for Coach Young down there as a true freshman offensive guard. I think they were state runner-up if my memory serves me right. But they've got a great future. You got Kane Archer and Cash Archer and all the kids coming up are going to be there next year. So, Chris Young's got one of the best programs in Arkansas and Greenwood, but Bear. It's camped here every year, and I just lump these kids together because I was joking with Cody Kennedy one, I think if you don't, you got to get kids like this, and you can win, and that's the thing about Cody's got a chance to get 2 really good 9th grade kids here eventually, and we'll see if he does, but I think he will, and I feel pretty good about Arkansas's chances on both of them. I feel real good about Cody
How big
Taylor.
are these kids as 9th graders?
Huh?
How big are these kids as 9th graders?
McWhorter's 6'4", 285 at least.
Wow.
And Taylor's 6'3", 280. I said 6'4" earlier on Cody. He's 6'3", 280. I'm sorry. They're both big kids. And honestly, Cody's probably 6'4" with shoes on. Mm-hmm. I think those heights that I'm giving you are without shoes, and they play in cleats, not just shoes, but cleats. But Cody is 6'3", 280, and Bear's 6'4", 285. I know
it's not every day you're looking up at a 9th grader.
No, those are big. Those are legit. In fact, I've got a story on Pig Trail Nation Hogville of Cody. He was at practice Friday, and Joshua Braun turned around and started talking to him. You can see in the picture on Pig Trail Nation Hogville the picture of Joshua Braun, who's a player at Arkansas, next to Cody Taylor. And there's not much difference in their size. We're talking about a 9th grade kid. And I interviewed Bear this morning but I've already written 4 recruiting stories, and so I'll probably have the Bear story tomorrow, but I will have a story on Bear as well. But there's one up on Cody Taylor. But the interesting thing about that, look at that picture with him and Joshua Braun. Braun gave him a lot of pointers. Cody was impressed. He said, "Wow, an Arkansas lineman's talking to me." He said Braun just turned around and started talking to him at Friday's practice. So that was impressed. The kid was impressed. See, that's what happens. They get blown away, and you don't when you get kids on campus, stuff like that can happen. Will, and it really impresses the kids, blows them away, man.
That's pretty funny there. I'm gonna have to go look that one up. Otis, as always, we appreciate your time. Thank you so much for coming on here with us.
Yeah, man.
See
Thanks
all those
for
kids.
having me on here.
All right, don't forget to tune back in next week for another episode of your Arkansas football recruiting report. Thank you, Otis. Okay, bye. There he is. He's gone.